somebody made the World Cup bigger, not slightly bigger, a lot bigger. And whether you noticed or not, the whole tournament now works differently. For 28 years, 32 teams showed up. That was the number, settled, known. Then FIFA decided that number was too small, so now it is 48. And almost everything you thought you knew about how teams qualify, advance, and get eliminated has quietly changed. Here is exactly how it works. Start with the basics. The old format, 32 teams, 8 groups of 4. Top 2 from each group went through. Clean, simple. You probably had a rough sense of how it worked, even if you had never watched a match. The new format, 48 teams, 12 groups of 4. Still 4 teams per group, but now there are 12 of those groups instead of 8. More teams, more groups, more matches. 104 in total, up from 64. The tournament is now 39 days long. That is the length of 6 full working weeks. In case you were planning anything, here is the question nobody asks out loud. Why? The simple answer is that football is a global sport, and most of the world was not in the old tournament. Africa gets more spots. Asia gets more spots. North and Central America, Oceania, more spots. The argument is that the best 32 teams are not necessarily the 32 that were always there. The cynical answer, and you are allowed to hold both, is that more teams mean more matches, and more matches mean more money. FIFA is not a charity. Now here is where it gets complicated and interesting. With 12 groups of 4, the top 2 from each group advance. That is 24 teams. But 24 does not divide neatly into a bracket. You need 32 to make a proper knockout round work. So FIFA added a rule. The 8 best third-place finishers across all 12 groups also go through. That means finishing third is no longer the end of the road. A team can lose a match, finish below 2 other teams in their group, and still be in the tournament. No draws, no points, no coming back, unless you did actually come back somehow as a third-place team with just enough points. This is new. This has never happened before in a World Cup. Here is the wrinkle most people miss. Those 32 surviving teams enter a round called the Round of 32. It sounds obvious. It is not, because this round has never existed in World Cup history. Every tournament since 1986 has started its knockout stage at the Round of 16. This one adds an entire extra round before that. So the team that lifts the trophy in 2026 will have won 8 matches. Not 7, 8. One more game than any World Cup winner has ever had to play under the old format. Small number, significant difference when you are running on tired legs in July. This is not theoretical. The 2026 World Cup is happening right now in the United States, Canada, and Mexico. The group stage is live. The 48 teams are already playing. The 8 best third-place finishers will only be confirmed on the final day of the group stage, because every group needs to finish before anyone can rank them against each other, which means right up until that final whistle, teams are watching scoreboards in other stadiums, calculating what result they need in a group they are not even playing in. Football has always had drama, it just upgraded the hardware. So here is what you now know that most people watching alongside you do not. The 2026 World Cup has 48 teams in 12 groups. Top 2 from each group go through automatically. The 8 best third-placed finishers join them, making 32 knockout teams. Those 32 enter a brand new round of 32, the first in World Cup history. The winner needs 8 victories. The whole thing runs for 39 days, and FIFA did it for a mix of sporting ambition and financial logic, the way most big decisions in football get made. The game has not changed. You have. You're welcome. Subscribe if you enjoyed this type of content. It means a lot.